He's right on time. He's never late. I usually try to get started before or about the 5-minute mark if I can help it. But I'm here now. I'm here. Hi Kingo. Hi Snack. Hello, Sijwell. My guess is kilometers corner worth? Eh. Who knows? Who knows, Snack? Who knows? Gamers, how are we doing? Also, hi, buddy bro. Did I say hi? Hello. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Tuesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I am wearing green. Is it Dwayne and Brando? Ding 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 ding. Yeah. It's from the Tails section. He's the man with the rings and he's miles ahead of you. But I was like, what can I do for an Edgeworth stream title? That Sonic rap holds up. I know we talked about this during Generations. That Sonic rap holds up. I would sing it except for the parts that I can't sing. But not because they've aged poorly. If you know, you know. Anyway, Miles Edgeworth, he's got a cravat on his penis. Hello. Welcome to stream. Yeah, it does say the N-word. What's up, Zebra? It's true. It's true. You've seen it. Zebra. I had a little bit of I hit going live, and then I wasn't finished because I was DMing something to Zebra. I had an idea for his Kyoshka Magadori's Mangadori Manga Corner that I wanted to send to him. But then I still had to go to the bathroom and I wanted to top off my drink. But I still got back before the 5-minute mark. So that explains all of that. Now we've come full circle. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good. I'm always annoyed. Yeah. Apropos of nothing. God, I love Undead Unluck. I'm always annoyed on Tuesday streams at the, start. Because I'm I feel like I have things I want to say and to talk about, and listen to me. It's my time now. It's my time. In that voice specifically. But I can't because Ace Attorney is a brick wall of content. So it's all gotta wait till tomorrow. But then... Kudos 16. But then... People... You can't come tomorrow because... Tunic is a 10 and everyone should play it. I've reached a point in the game where even just looking at it feels like an inherent spoiler. And there's not even Chainsaw Man! But, like, whatever. You snooze, you lose, sonny. Here! I'm Victor Kudo! I'm gonna miss doing that voice. That was a fun. That was a good spin on the old man, his old man voice. I think. And that it wasn't like Don Knotts, I guess. Are you guys fucking ready? Should we just get into it? Options? There's no options. We just continue. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. So we just saw the picture of this, and it had like Edgeworth, and he had like a Von Karma like suit vest. And there was like a woman and a kid maybe on like a bridge. On like a rope bridge. What do I think this is gonna be? I mean, that's such an interesting question. I think best case scenario, I think rawest case scenario would be like just like an Edgeworth Gaiden chapter. Like that would be crazy. The whole chapter, like we don't even see Phoenix Wright. We are wherever Edgeworth is. He's like, you know, he's in the next town over or wherever. He's in Whoville. And we have to solve the crime of who stole Who Christmas. That's right, we're doing the Grinch case. The snowy north. Yeah, he's up in the snowy north. It's a small community. Everyone knows each other. Worst case scenario? I don't know, it's just kind of like a tease. It has like nothing to do with Edgeworth. Maybe he's just in it for like a couple of minutes. Maybe he's just referenced in the case, you know? Who stole Christmas and he's defending himself. Mid-case scenario? I don't know, it's just like an Ace Attorney chapter, right? Like Mike doing things. Oh! Alright. Felt like we did well last week. I feel like it maybe only happened like once. Or at least it was only pointed out like once. Alright, you guys ready? Let's stop fucking around, Sis. I'm ready to see the little intro cutscene, remember? You guys saw it at the end of last week. I didn't. My eyes were closed. The girl. Let her go. Ah! Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. Ah! Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Bang! Ah! Sploosh! I'm reading through the file of an old court case. Are we in the hospital? It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Raw! Fugitive data! Picture! Name: Terry Falls. Charge: kidnapping, murder. Sentence: death penalty. Fugitive movements. After escaping Falls, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. "6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial, raw flashback case part 2? Even further back this time, February 16th, 9:24 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. We're going even further back? What's up, Pixel? What's up, Will? This is crazy. Also, what was... It looked like he was in the hospital. I mean, I would assume he was in bed otherwise, but I swear what I saw looked like an IV bag. Nick! So this is even before... This is even earlier than the first case. Oh, fuck. We gotta really... We gotta be ship fucking shape on the timeline here, folks, alright? Let's make sure we establish a couple of things. They still had guns? Winston Payne, still a very notable figure. Perhaps Emperor tier. We are definitely, rookie Mia Fey, even more so. I think that's it. I think there's Cockcheck, maybe? It's like if Phoenix looked at the VODs, yeah. Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. Oh, Mia. The $7 billion lamp, just a twinkle in Mia's eyes. Kazuichi just said his first words a few days ago. Cockcheck is visibly under construction. Proof of my profession. It's brand new and sparkles in the light. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Terry Falls, my client, sentenced to death 5 years ago. Escaped from custody 2 days ago. Valerie Hawthorne, police officer and the victim. The key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Interesting. But they were just children still. And his dad answered no, thinking he wouldn't retain that memory. That's fucked up, Winston. I never should have accepted this case. What? 073D? What could it mean? That's right. Yeah, I mean, he slept around. He had hoes. Six years, apparently. But Kazuichi is a baby, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, 6 years back from the current time. And I think the original case was 4 years? No, that can't be right. Well, maybe. Okay, I'm deciding that I just turned 21, alright? Well, while we're making things up. Ah, good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Em. Yo, what's up, idiotness? I like you guys over there. I'm 27 in the Ace Attorney world. I guess so. St. Mage's Bridge. Well, hold on, but like 2 or 3 years have passed since the first Ace Attorney. Are you saying you were like 24, 25 in Ace Attorney 1? Oh, sorry about the echo, I'm sorry. Normally I do it at the start of the stream when there's less people. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Oh, that's a good idea. And that way it'll kind of be like you're in the text box. Well, wait, hold on. There. What am I gonna... What am I gonna... I'm thinking maybe like, I didn't do nothing, I swear. No, I didn't like that. No, I didn't like that. Maybe like, maybe like, what's up, buddy, bro? Maybe like, not everybody needs a voice. Sometimes characters can just sound, I didn't do nothing, I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Did we get our layout back from the old computer? I did, but, you know, I'm just kind of vibing without it. This guy's an A boss kind of vibe. Did we have funny voices 6 years ago? Did we have funny voices 6 years ago? We already established Edgeworth sounded like that as a child. Yeah, and all the shoes from the ending screen are back. Yeah, Grossberg. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now prison escapee. Just relax, Em. Make small talk and try to relax him. So... Why did you escape? Look, I'm sorry! He's chewing on his ball? I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I'll never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere, boss. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I told a little lie. There it is. No, it really can't be easy to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I told a little lie. Oh, boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. Level 4 escapee. Sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. Well, well, he's not Mo the Clown, Sis. Hold up. That was close. But what if? What if? Well, they sentenced me to die before Kazuichi was born. that woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. I know that they just have like the police wagon is just what they call the like transport vehicle, but it is absolutely a horse-drawn carriage in this verse. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. They didn't have cars yet, but they did have guns. Why would they need cars? It's a small town, you know. The one road, but it's like a dirt road. It's like a dirt, dusty road. Oh my god. It looks like an old western town. Oh. Panning around the town like it's a little house on the prairie. The one trail through the village. Oh dear. Walkable city. 6 years ago. It was a fad. All the towns were doing it. It's like the sheriff's station. I'm stun locked. I'm just thinking about like fucking young Grinch voice Edgeworth and like Phoenix and Larry Butts growing up in like normal society, and then for a few years the town just regressed to a western state. And then they went back. Oh. Watch out for the spittoon, pal. We're always spitting down. Get on it at the sheet. Oh, Jesus. Yep, spitting that sheet, pal. Spitting that sheet, partner. Anyway. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. Jacob Marshall never got over it! Oh! He wanted those times back. That's why he was a cowboy. That's when they like recruited him, I think. That's when they, you know, they had a... I mean, times were tough. The, you know, the emperors were running around unchecked. They needed a, they had a, like a, you know, a police, you know, hiring push. And that's when they brought Marshall in. Viva Ricard ass info. But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left! She was alive! It's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Oh, wonder who this could be. point! You're not going to try out. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. You're. Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. Phoenix looks different. What's up, Tamal? I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Hello, HR? Ha! That old man is probably still in bed. Bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. What was he always saying? Cock up and schnut up? My gimmick will be so much better, I promise. What if I told you this was his twin brother? I would force to say raw. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. Raw. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. Oh, Grossberg Law had some heavy hitters. So it is fucking crickling and crackling out of its goddamn gourd right now in my ear. I have no clue how to stop it. No, no, no. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. Some fine talent came out of that office. Damn, 2 future emperors, both out of the same boat. Boat in this instance, referring to, you know, a legal team. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Maybe it's like the raincoat and their office is on a boat. Could be, could be. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Yeah, Grossberg was good back in the day. He was definitely respected. What is there to be done? What can I do that can't be done? What can I say that can't be sung? I say, we had the best lawyers in that office. Ah! Smacker! Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Smack. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Raw. prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. And the studio audience fucking. "Ah!" Look at this little baby bitch. Maybe he's not wearing the cravat yet, but he will. Word around the word around the word around the courthouse is there's a young hot new prosecutor who wears something around his penis. Something around his penis, you say? Interesting. Better get that cock check finished. This is Raw. Diego Armando, age 27, a hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office. A bit smug. He was her first opponent. It is Raw. They were rookies together. That's crazy. Hey, he's 27 too. Wow, look at that. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers? Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. Oh, so you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, huh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Em, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Anyway, it's not my place to judge. Now then, the defendant in the case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? This isn't like young R judge, right? This is just that other judge. I mean, he's definitely got the same beard. What did that other judge look like? Did he look like this? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, no, he sucks. He's all like, oh, I'm gonna smack my own gavel. Oh, respect the law. Oh. Fucking. How people want to pleasure themselves in their own time is none of my business. Precisely. Our judge is overseeing the finalization of Cockcheck. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Smack. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Tortured gruesomely. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. What was it, like 2 days? Oof. Long and protracted. It went on for like a week. Now, some of my colleagues have been trying to pass a law that would make it so that trials can only go for 3 days, but I myself find that that's too far. Sometimes a trial just needs to take its time and examine all avenues of correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. This is gonna be little Dahlia Duamin. What was her last name? Was it Duamin? Lies a lot, maybe? Witness's testimony. Hawthorne, so close. Yeah, Talia Duaman. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. Oh. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. Oh, that policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Oh, wait! Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Hawthorne! Are we sure it's not Valerie Duaman? Okay, I see. Miles Edgeworth, age 20. Dubbed a genius as soon as he started as prosecutor. Today is his court debut. Aha, I see! The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Oh, excuse me, that's a little presumptuous of me. I'm here to judge the court, not to make my own assumptions. That's my bad. I apologize. A little unprofessional of me there. Anyway, Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. Smack. I don't know why I'm saying smack. The sound should be self-evident. It's the gavel. You hear it. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Though, again, really not my place to say. That's kind of up to you lawyers to decide. Oh, raw! Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Ah, nuts. She's good. That was a little test. Oh my god. What? Is he a misogynist? Is he worse than the judge? Is there just an actual fucking misogynist judge in this court that isn't the one I've written? Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Women prosecutors, am I right? Misogynist judge unfunny. What's up, Isaac? Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Where the judge reveals his name is Sis 16? Ah! Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Besides, he's not even that hot. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I'm rooting for you, by the way. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Yes! Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. howdy doody and all that. Gumshoe the Grey! Youngshoe! I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, partner. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. Check out the sick duster I got. Perfect for the western aesthetic our town's been going for lately. Sir, partner, sir. Before he fell and returned. That's raw, Will. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am. Sir, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You, oh, you're really gorgeous, you know that? Ba-ba-boom, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, partner? It's the Old West, I can say these things, right? His final words, fly, pal. That's raw, Will. Hey, just issue me my gun, pal. I'm not used to these double actions. I ain't Gumshoe the Grey anymore, pal. No, I'm Gumshoe the Green. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart. It's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away, sir, partner. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. A veteran? She's 25. 23. That's a veteran? She's younger than Gumshoe. Maybe she went to war. Could be. Pokemon XD is out. Hell yeah. Isaac's on it. Enjoy your Michael adventure. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Well, that much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. Partner, sir. I got you. Okay, let's mosey on down to this map over here. So there we were, down at the She, spitting on it. Just, that's good. I approve of that, actually. Yeah, pal partner. Pal partner. This is a sketch at Dusky Bridge and an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there, that's Eagle River right there. You see, I colored it blue. Oh yes, very good, detective. Let the record show that the river is blue. There's gonna be some big fucking changes when I get more power. Here's Wells fighting the Power Rock. Oh, what the hell is that in the top left there, detective? That's one of them automobiles. As the mountain is out of the town's jurisdiction, they, you know. I'm going to demote that man so goddamn hard. The victim and the defendant met here on top of the bridge. Put a little K down here for killed. A little V over here for victim. It's automobilia. After stabbing her in the back, the The killer carried the victim back to his car. K for killed. I can see how that might be a little confusing, so I'd like to retract that statement. Big Wheel is moving in our territory. This dimensional void space. Yeah. I think you cross over the Eagle River and you are you have escaped the realm. And that's why they had to destroy the bridge. What if 6 years ago they locked off the dimension? Did I not like plant or make some kind of seed about like Mia Fey wanting to like open the borders or something, like open the gates of Ace Attorney Town? At the bottom of the Mariana Trench. I swear I did something like that. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Dusky Bridge map. Bridge located at 40 feet above Eagle River. Oh no, I did remember because the science experiment that was going on, that like blew out the fuse or whatever, that was the material that they were testing on. I think at like the chemistry lab, was flanium, right? I remember now. A mysterious visitor. Says you're just describing the plot of Raincoat. Well, hold on. A mysterious visitor dropped off flanium, and there were unforeseen consequences. I hate how coherent it all kind of is. This lines up. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir, partner, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Oh, man. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you've got no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. No, Mia loses this case though, right? Cause then in the other one she's like, oh, I have to like do better than I did, before that time. I mean, and she must, right? Because Edgeworth has always had that like perfect streak, right? That's a part of his legacy. Mr. Edgeworth, if conjecture were a person, she would be a woman. And what do I do with that info, Your Honor? Defending the Ace Attorney timeline like how people defend Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, it's a bit weird because it was only 6 years, but you just have to accept that the Ace Attorney world has inherent timeline dilation. Other than that, it's all really straightforward. Snack, you're spitting, I'm afraid, because if I were to write down the events of the Ace Attorney timeline, it would look like bullshit. But saying them out loud and being in the moment, it all makes so much more sense. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Not sure I like you wagging your finger at me, as though I were some sort of a hoser. Anyway, detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Em. Hang on tight. Okay, now, listen carefully, kid. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me, and get ready. What kind of gun do we think Diego Armando has? I think he's got like a... I think he's got... We know Grossberg must have had like an AR-15 or something, right? Like some kind of automatic weapon for sure. He probably had a bunch of guns. I think Diego Armando carries like a Deagle. I was thinking Desert Eagle. Investigations games make the lore so fucking wild. I was thinking Desert Eagle Zebra. Alright, we'll go with it. He carries a Deagle. I think that works. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Deignash. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered, partner, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Into his carriage trunk. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. There was some strange anomalies going on up there, so, you know, we were scoping the area out. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. Judicial scientists were on the scene. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner. By the way, you might want to cover up a little bit. It is cold in here. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, stay calm. Oh my god, it really is cold. I bet if I just show more of my tits, it wouldn't really be a problem anyway. I'll keep that in mind, I suppose. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. We've read books on this, Em. Real books. Oh, we are just, yeah, we're doing it here. I gotta take this for seriousness. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose prerogative was it to keep that note from me? Ha! Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. Just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? Oh! Mia? Blush! That cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. The sneakiest, right? I really didn't expect his voice to sound like that either. Huh. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. We got a whole little fucking thing going on here, don't we now? Bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. Ooh, is that Dahlia, maybe? Oh wait, no, that's where he killed the young girl, so probably not. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Interesting. So if he's a defense attorney back now. I guess he came out of nowhere as a prosecutor, right? So he's really not even like a prosecutor by training necessarily. Interesting. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball that day. Found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. Yeah, it was great. We even got to say, "Don't move! We've got you surrounded." I always want to say that, pal. Partner, pal. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Ha! That's what had happened. And she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call for Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. Only I'd noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car, then? I'm not familiar with your turn of phrase, partner. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by vehicle. I mean, how else, right? You know, how else would you get around in this town, right? How else, right? Eh, partner? How else? Eh. I think it's Luke Adme who mentions that Godot has never lost, but also that it's his first case as prosecutor or something like that. Yeah, that's right. And I'm sure he earned a point for what he said too. Oh, you mean the defendant drove his own car? What else? Oh, no, of course not. It was stolen. I mean, assuming it's him, of course. Can't get horses up that mountain. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. You ever play Grand Theft Auto? Car thieves. Not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk. It says, "Look in the trunk." No. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that! I'm undressing her with my eyes already. That doesn't look too comfortable. Photo of the trunk of Falls cars. Remember when Edgeworth needed a new Chevy car or truck for him? The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Ha. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck on her back, nice and firm. Yeah, he's sure how he feels about women. Condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Orm goes up there and starts beating his ass. There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. That was like, Sis, you're suggesting that I buy a new Chevy car? Or truck! Yeah, a nice new Chevy car or truck for you. I remember that initiated when you were doing the boat palace in P5. And then we brought it around here. New Chevy car or truck. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, man. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, it's just laser focused in my mind that was what was going on when I ran that bit. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. Wink. Or at least we know he stole a car. That's just what he always says, Your Honor. I can't get a read on this judge. I wanted to just like play him straight, you know, as like a normal person. But then he started saying all this like weird shit. So now I don't know what to do. Because the game wants him to be like weird and cringe in comparison to the normal judge. But like I want him to be normal straight-laced in comparison to our judge. That's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. It is perplexing, Pixel, it is. Certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. Figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? I cannot stand this pose, because he's basically doing a snack of scotch, but with a cup of coffee. He's going, eh? If I were some kind of AI voice offering suggestions, this is the pose I would do. Get it, kitten? It's a little bit of a Diego Doge. No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all. Oh, excuse me. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. I haven't really been paying attention. What are we doing here? Who do we got? Terry Falls? Valerie Hawthorne? I'm not seeing a white scarf in here. I'm a rookie. If I get it wrong, I'm just role-playing. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever actually had to dress someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. He pulls out an Uzi. Stay there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. How old are we? Grrr. Come on, Em. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Diego Hermano. Detective! Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it, right? Is that right? Is that correct? Did I say that right? Peculiar? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? Very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. Look at her, Mia smug. Yes, you go, girl! Spit! Spit! The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. What do you know? I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? Can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it! Even Diego drops his coffee. Whoa. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did talk about it. He was like, yeah. We used to square off all the time or something like that. He said he clashed with her. Yeah, it's true. Oh my god, does that woman have aura? Women can have that? Who said that? Wasn't me. Anyway, the caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. What? You didn't tell me, partner, pal. I'm not your partner, pal. I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure is a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprisingly, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Oh, and pal, she was so beautiful back then. Maybe you hear all about it. Maybe multiple times. In the flashback you might get. Just remember that we clashed, alright? Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. See, this is where Grossberg fucked up. Really, all rookie lawyers. I guess Winston Payne wasn't dethroned yet, right? Like, so who could she have gone against? You know, this is definitely the age of the prosecutor, right? Like who could stop them? Like Grossberg was probably their best bet, but he can't be everywhere. And now with Edgeworth on the scene. And then Mia did shine some light though when she did dethrone Winston and enacted the Mia Fey Accords. And then we went back into the Dark Ages for a little bit again, but you know, Phoenix is on the scene now. Yeah, he was literally known as the Rookie Killer. It's true. Yeah, and Von Karmrehm's. Yeah, no, it's a rough time to be a defense attorney. Only really recently has it gotten better. There were a few good years with Mia. Still not great. But her untimely death. Also, that fucking guy killed her? That's like, damn, man. That's like why was Mihawk just fucking trolling around at the entrance to the Grand Line? Like, what was he doing there, right? That's like that kind of like early writing, you know, we didn't know how big it would get. Yeah, if Sizoda and Nomura could go back. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fey? Yeah, Luffy beating Crocodile-esque, yeah, for sure. Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. To be fair, Mihawk fucking around there was hilarious. It is hilarious. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Oh, that sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything's moving at his whim. He's completely controlling this room. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Shows the, He's shortening words! Was that in the text? No, hold on. Was that in the text? That had to have been in the text, right? The shortening of the words was in the text originally, right? In Ace Attorney 2, he said something like this in Ace Attorney 2 in that first case, and we were like, yeah, you know, I'm shortening words. That's how we do things down at the pre, right? Right, like he must have said, right? Yeah, because like Vic is like, that's pretty common. Maybe like Dick for detective. Yeah, he might have said that. Okay, I just had to fucking take a second. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Is it like a young Lotta Hart? Is it like 12-year-old Lotta Hart taking this picture? Please let it be a young Lotta Hart. The witnesses to this event that day would go on to become legends themselves. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Please, 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 please. Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. I wonder if it's Dahlia. Or a young Lotta Hart. Haha! A potential witness! So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. It's not ruling Lotta Hart out. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. Yeah, delicate's not a word in her vocabulary. You're right, I know. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. Oh, I guess. What do you mean, huh? Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Female college student. Don't see many of those these days. Excuse me. Don't see many of those. Well, I remember a time when you didn't see any of them. Yeah, that's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. Wink. She doesn't do well in school, though. There was an anti-misogynist clause in the Mia Fey Accords, I think. Women. Mia Fey truly broke so many boundaries, and then she broke that fucking lamp and died. God damn it. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I can't testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. Raw. That is, you've still got your voice. Women have been outlawed from going to college since we got hooked on that whole frontier thing. But those who were already attending got grandfathered in. For the time being, we're not relying on the witnesses' statements. That is all. What's that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. He really is kind of just the GOAT, right? Deciding on a whim to turn it all Wild West. I think there was a brief flash of fucking Red Dead Redemption timeline or something. Apples the horse might have fucking crashed through in his post John pre-Jack adventures. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Except for Edgeworth, though. He's good. He's a lying, evil, manipulative prosecutor who will do anything to win, even if it's sending an innocent person to jail. But I'll be fucking dead in the ground before I let him be a misogynist. Now, now it is vague testimony, but you know that's nothing to do with her gender or her status or anything. The Grinch did not want to steal Christmas for any reason other than he just wanted everyone to be miserable. He would never boxes and bags. He was brave. He's a Grinch, but he's not a monster. But if the Grinch stole Christmas, but only from women. Oh my god. No, little Cindy! Little Cindy! Female college student, eh? Don't see many of those. I mean, she's female and a college student, sir. Wink. There's gonna be some big changes around here. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Grr. Please tell us about this more decisive evidence. The Grinch who stole Hot Chip. Really was about a man becoming woke. It's true? The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora in that mountain, Miss Fay. I should know. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Huh, spirits? Huh. Now that you mention it, this photo. Oh, this cloudy fog-like thing? Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. I'm just kidding, of course. We like to have fun around here. Flora. What if instead of Max, he had a little Flora? Cool baby Pearl wondering why there's no presents under the Christmas tree? No! There's no presents under the Christmas furnace? Ooh, that is so true, Zebra. I think that is why he never oversees rice cases. He's scared of Maya, who's a woman and has ghosts. That's very plausible. I like that. I think the Mia Fey Accords definitely paved the way for Emperor Oldbag to claim power. Presents inside the Christmas incinerator. No. She clashed a lot with Sheriff Gant. That's raw. This bridge is kind of in a valley, don't we kind of think? Some kind of Eagle Valley incident. Pearly Fay is not alive yet, though. early Ace Attorney too. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. Really, Faye is younger than Kazuichi. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was a little dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Get it? Pretty good. We like to have fun around here. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case... the point is that area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. That was really something. You slipped and fell on the bridge? You could have died. How could the criminal have shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back on a bridge? This is what we're saying? Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right in her stomach. Remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Mayor brutal? Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed? Or were you the one getting pushed? Or did you push someone? So many questions. What does it mean that you pushed someone down like that? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal, I wonder if he's fucking stupid. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. That's how Canadians say it, I guess so. Oh, poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But what from she said sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but... something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do now? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean. Of course I do. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. What you believe is the truth. And that means that somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind. I mean, if she was shoved onto the ground, you would think the scarf is muddy. You would think her trench coat would be muddy too, right? And again, how could he have gotten behind her on a bridge? On this narrow-ass bridge. we've already presented the crime photo though, is the thing. I'm gonna try the bridge map. Also, why is the bridge like broken on the other side? Yeah. I'm gonna try this, and if I get it wrong, it's because I'm role-playing. Ah, nuts. Sorry, this is my first time handling a case. Let's make it a memorable occasion with a penalty. Bang! Go through some of this again. Taking photos, flora, spirits, ghosts. That's worthless. Just a stupid joke. The area was quite damp, and there was even some fog. I even slipped and fell on the bridge. So what do you mean the court record seems to have wet itself? Are we just presenting the photo again? Like, we might be. And if I get it wrong, it's because I'm role-playing. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog, too. Just, generally soggy atmosphere. Raw! Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. You already used this? Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Well, it's dry, I guess. I guess that's what we're pointing out here. The car is dry. In which case, I don't know, I could point anywhere. I was thinking more just that, like, oh, if the victim was pushed down, they would look more dirty. Fuck. Seems that to me that Miss Faye could use a trunk herself. What? One that she could hide all her bitter memories from this trial in, that is. Ho 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 ho! Truly are a genius. Oops. Just relax, lick your wounds clean, and then go after him again, kid. Could never be as bitter as dark black coffee. Alright, gotta think harder this time. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? I mean, can I just point to her then, I guess? Again, it's dry. Right here! The victim's coat? Well, as far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. Edgeworth does not, yeah, no, absolutely. What were you reaching for there, pal? Nothing. Nothing at all. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? I psyched myself out. Common prob. It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. The victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge. Then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Yep, just like my original thought before the game confused me. That's exactly right. Wow, a woman got something right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Alright, dude. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Waiting entirely too long. He's brought a tent. The whole court has come to a screeching halt because of this. Because of his high five that he didn't get. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself was muddy, which is why I should have pointed out the car. It was clearly dry. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Raw? Bad? Baddie? Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is this scarf. Aha! 2 in a row! Unprecedented! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No! I can't be outwitted by this novice! Same to you, buddy. You didn't say that last word. This Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. Let it be known that I've made up the bit about the scarf. So therefore, it should be thrown out. Yeah, the judge might have. I can't believe Edgeworth's getting thrown under the bus by this bimbo. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Some sort of a mystery labyrinth to explain. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Your Honor, please stop making the stenographer add insults into the court record. Yeah, very lowbrow vocab for Edgy. Maybe it's just because he's still a youngin', you know? It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that she stated she saw the moment of the murder. I think it's the testimony. Well, I don't know. Well, just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. He plays dirty. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the... I can't just say the scarf, because that's what feels the most false, right? It's not the right color. Edgeworth just says he found it. Like, none of the other police found it. Why couldn't I just say it's the scarf? Remember? Sis, do you remember? Do I remember what? What do I remember? I mean, they use false evidence all the time. False evidence in this case is the witness's photo. So that would be this. Edgeworth's reputation and the rumor about him? Yeah, that he always, you know, used false evidence and he cheated to get his wins, right? Remember? Yeah, that is cool. It's clear that, like, even from day one, you can see the playbook. You can see the Von Karma playbook, like, already established, like instructing the witness to, like, leave, like, things out of the testimony, to, like, be vague on purpose, to, like, draw in traps, like producing evidence at the last moment, like making up bullshit. Yeah, it is good continuity. Do I think it's the witness's photograph? I feel like I have no reason to believe that this could be wrong. That feels hard to just replicate. Body in the trunk or witness's testimony. Now this could be, she's missing the scarf. But also, how could this be faked? Like, was it just not her? You can't see the wound either, though. I think that's one reason leading questions are allowed in cross-examination. What? To, like, draw out information? Or to, like guide them? Or did you say aren't allowed? Did you mean aren't allowed? Was there a typo? Or the witness's testimony. That she was pushed down and stabbed. It's gotta be the witness's testimony. Like, that sounds the fakest. How could he get behind her on a bridge and to stab her in the back? It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. Flip. Raw. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. To draw out info from a more rehearsed testimony, right? There was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor! The defense requests to cross-examine the witness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Point. Raw. She's coming out of the screen. Whoa. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your Mr. Witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. And that's the thing. He's so... The fucking bullshit is layered upon layer upon layer. Like, the Von Karma Edgeworth playbook, like, whatever they came up with together, is so fucking genius. Because it's not just that, like, they've got one piece of bullshit. It's that they have backup bullshit just in case the first piece does get called out. Like, it's... They fucking practiced. Yeah, they're getting restless with the lack of gunpowder. Yeah. I think they knew it was first-timers. Edgeworth certainly isn't carrying a gun. I'll say that. I'll confirm that much. Yeah, they have break glass bullshit. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. I'm gonna hit the save yoinky. Do you think he was practicing air bullets but couldn't get the hang of it? No, because I established that Von Karma didn't come up with air bullets until after the Mia Fey Accords. I think before then, he carried just like a real slick, let me think for a second. He had... I'm gonna say he carried like a real slick like G3, just a real nice G3. What country is that manufactured in? But a real nice, you know, single shot precision gun. That's right. The G3 was a primary service rifle for West Germany, of course. And that adds up, right? That makes sense. Where you fan the hammer to shoot? That is raw. Yeah, the H&K G3. That's what Von Karma wielded. There's your weapon. If you wanna sizz SBS, if you wanna sizz Oda Nomura SBS the rest of the guns. Ooh, a Red 9. That's also raw Tamal. He's whatever it is, it's German manufactured. Because don't we kind of think? I think Edgeworth thought himself above the weaponry. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Can I flash it again? Flash what? Streams? Did I? Oh, no, I didn't show anything. No, I didn't put anything up. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This has got to be Dahlia. This is it. This is it, Em. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Ah! Ageless being! Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. Holy cum, says Pixel. She is so fucking menacing. Oh, theme of sad. Feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. Would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Edgeworth knows of her power. He's just the judge real, apparently, yeah. I also think that's Snag. I think Edgeworth definitely thinks of court as a civilized battle of wits, and firearms do not belong. Edgeworth holding a gun, how uncivilized. And he, throws it away, and then he pulls out a fucking fabricated piece of evidence. Now this is more like it. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Fey, you could learn a lot from this man. From this man? If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Oh, yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Please be gentle with me. Yeah, alright. Maybe this is our judge, and he's slowly morphing into the character we know and love. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Oh, not at all. It's no trouble at all. His hair falling out in real time, beard graying. Urge to smack the gavel decreasing. May we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. Who are you? Calling Haru's grandma to cancel tonight. This is when if the game were truly alive, the background would drop out, the music would cut, and then she would just slightly turn her head to be looking directly at the screen and go Like, she would say, you know, some fucking insane shit like, I know you're watching, Phoenix. Like, yeah, this is definitely an end of chapter. My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. So how many years later did we say? She was still in the literature department in the first case. I remember that. Because so was Phoenix. Did they say what year they were in? That's what I'm trying to remember. Did they say they were juniors? Because I feel like it was 2 years later. But I don't know why. This was 1 year prior. This is a year before she. Okay, I couldn't remember how many years ago that first trial happened. Were they? So I guess they were sophomores. Just trying to remember. I'm just trying to establish that she might be an ageless, shape-shifting demigod or something. She might be the true darkness at the heart of the whole series, is all I'm saying. Before Mia met Phoenix, right. All I'm saying is that she might be the inherent darkness that has infected the entire town. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? She's the, yeah, exactly. Zebra, I didn't want to say it. But she might be the emu. She walks down just a giant set of stairs and there's like a huge attorney's badge in a room. A huge Kravak. Oh my god. If nobody wants to make that, I might make that. I don't know how I would do it. She might sit on the empty judge's seat. I'd find a way. And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Ah, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what you're doing. What are you doing shoving that in her face? Come on, if you're gonna shove something in her face. Huh? Just photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. It's not like a gun or anything. How do you represent a cravat without the cock on it? Well, I would just show the cravat. It would be implied. I mean, at the end of the day, a cravat is just a cravat worn on a penis, right? You could just show the cravat. That's what I meant. I wouldn't. Wouldn't have a cravat, an actual cravat on a penis. You couldn't make that. It would just be a grayscaled cravat. Right? A hat goes on a head, but you don't need a head to show the hat. Where would I even get a photorealistic penis from? You can't find that on the internet. Do you guys remember the Ace Attorney 1 bit where they would constantly go look at this photograph and I would play the Nickelback's song for just a second? I had it on standby. That was a funny bit. Any cravat can be a cravat, right? Just have to fasten it around your shaft. If a penis just wore a hat and you just posted a hat, I would think it's for a head. Well, I think in this case it would be obvious. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Balls in my mouth, vagina cred. Oh, I don't like the turn this is taken. All of the dark aura coming from her. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. 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 And then like the lights shut out and they come back on. She's like, "Huh? Like what happened?" She looks up. "Hello, Mia Fey." And everyone's like, "Are you okay, Mia?" Freaked out for a second there. No, I just must be the stress of my first day. I see. So you are marked for darkness. What if she Domi reversied Edgeworth here and it felt kind of like a shark jump and we weren't really certain about the direction of the series from here? Yeah, what if? No. I'm good though. I'm a good writer. Mia has spirit medium training and she'd be that's raw, Tamal. What if Mia looked down right now and in front of her, like on her desk, like the words lamp started to be carved out on the wood? Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Melissa Foster, age 19, a college student, witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. That would suck. The witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. I don't remember what voice I gave to her in the first stream. So we're just going girl voice. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. What if the lamp was cursed by her and Mia broke it to escape the curse and it lost a lot of meaning? Yeah, Zebra, exactly. Exactly. What if she broke the lamp on purpose? What if she purposefully broke the lamp? Yeah. I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, huh? She raised Phoenix to be an attorney who could one day pay back the cost of the lamp. I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like his owner. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small, powerful model. All right then, Miss Fey, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. And she painted Peter Magatama Green. Manfred von Karma back at the office like, I'm keeping my ass up here. Or would that be more Damon Gant-esque? It is a nice out camera. Feels like we're in a, maybe I shouldn't be pressing. If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl is the judge wrapped right around her little finger. Von Karma is the Mihawk, I think. Okay. The fandom is pushing Gant for an agenda, then they've lost the plot. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You have to come up with something really good, Em. That feels pointless to press on. That feels pointless to press on. Maybe not, though. How are they standing? I could maybe ask. Only fight scene is against basically a rookie. Is there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. Looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom. No. Everyone is like that. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. That guy's weird. Too much info, Your Honor. God, I hope there's not a worse judge somehow. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought maybe you overheard what they said. No. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Grr. If I got penalized there, I was gonna go off. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. Yoo-hoo, headset. I still use my grandson. Grandson, huh? Judge, what's your last name by any chance? I don't think that's for you to know. Yeah, alright. Anyway, but I do like to use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that there has any bearing on this. Emo also just has a room full of butterflies. It's true, Zebra, it's true. No. I know. It's not, no. It's... No. All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, huh? Flawless isn't a criminal. There must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Hey, good night, Zebra! Sorry for making you stay up so late. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Pushed. Oops. Catch you in the VOD. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I know just how you feel. It's like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. Just couldn't wait. So I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? We pressed on this, right? I have no idea what they were fighting about, yeah. Took this, right? Always wanted to be a news reporter. The groundhog told me that spring was coming. How is that? The groundhog told me that spring was coming early. It would be decently far away from where she was standing to see them on the bridge. What did this one say again? I have no idea where to even press here, or like what I'm even looking for here. The photo that showed, but this isn't the crucial moment. This is just a photo of them standing there. But I don't know if that's an angle I can really... Is that enough? Is that what we're doing? Smells like a lie to me. Right after that, I called the police. They were already on their way. How could you have called the police? Do you have a cell phone? Did they have those? Take some pictures of wildflowers. Do I have, like, any information about... There are clearly no flowers drawn on this map. The fucking judge keeps cutting in before she can say anything. Anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. So you watched them, but you couldn't hear them. We couldn't hear what they were saying. Cry. I would never eavesdrop. Got more class than that. But you would watch, apparently. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. But it's not, though. That feels like my only hint is that this is not the crucial moment. This is just a moment. I'm gonna try it. Witness! When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. Okay, phew. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh! My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. Taking pictures of myself, mostly. This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. 19. Real! All the other photos are of the witness playing with herself among the wildflowers. Come again? I said, the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. Oh. Oh. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Selfies didn't exist yet. Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no, this judge, the two judges really are like, oh, I'm gonna start a charity for people to stand by and watch as another person performs autoerotic asphyxiation for charity. Ah, how sweet! Versus, I took some photos of myself once. Oh God, HR, get this creep out of here. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, huh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photograph. Photographs of the incident that you took with your very own eyes, perhaps? Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Could I get your name, please? This guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Oh, we're still here? Oh, we do have some new shit here. Okay. Victim turned around and tried to get away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge, and it was swaying back and forth, back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Blood and the rain mixed together. Drip, drop, drip, drop. I only wish I could have done something to help her. Seems to make sense to me. Drip, drop, Miss Faye. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. Terry Falls isn't the criminal. There must be something strange in that girl's testimony. The victim, why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man with a knife. Sorry, it's just my cadence. I didn't mean to emphasize the man portion. She was certainly well trained and suited for her job. And then I stopped talking. If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. Still something wrong with this testimony. Only got about 10 yards, huh? Let's use my trusty key here. If I go up to the screen, 5 yards, 10 yards. Why, that's not enough room! Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. Bruh. She's so bad when she does that. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. One bad gloop and she'd do it, a yoinky. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then. She would have hit a dead end! You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. And that's when I think Edgeworth is... What is this technique? I must learn this. Because Mia Fey has the spiral energy. And that's how I think Edgeworth saw her use it. And then he trained it on site. It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Does Mia have shorter hair here? She does, right? It's normally much longer, right? It's cute. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. Oh, what do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! Can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. This is the fucking Edgeworth. This is the Ace Attorney classic. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Well, I guess that's true. I guess you can't see it with your own eyes. That guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? What just happened here? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, Miss Fey, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. Hey, good night, Will. Thanks for hanging out, friend. I'll catch you in the VODs. I'm so sorry. Should have been more careful myself. No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Running from the crime. I'm trying to think, like, what, obviously, what she has to gain from this, if she really is, if Dahlia Hawthorne is her true name, because that could also be a lie, I don't know, but let's assume that it is, because that just seems the most probable. I mean, what is there to gain about not revealing your connection to the witness in this case? I mean, I guess the note does specifically mention a Dahlia, so that might be why they don't want to, like, establish relation. It was in this one. So, like, I guess... like, she's getting revenge for her murdered sister, but also... if she wasn't... like, who did the real... did she murder her sister and is now pinning the blame on this guy? Like, what is her goal? What's her deal? What's her end game? Why does she have a giant Kravak in cold storage? After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. And what truth? What actually happened, you know, 5 years prior to that? Which we're already, what, 6 years into the past? So, you know, 11 years ago from current? What really happened on that bridge? Hey, good night, Tamal. Thanks for hanging out, friend. I'll catch you all in the VOD. Suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a real great mocha latte. Sorry. This trial isn't over yet. Ha! That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Fey, your cross-examination, if you proceed. So I just see Judge and a big beard, and I just go right to the voice. Contradiction is staring you right in the face, Em. Go on the attack. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and he carried her over to the car. Suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Now we're supposed to talk about what I saw. We'll go down the list, I guess. Saying the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense, remember? If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? He's so fucking good. He's so good. Edgeworth just so much better than any other prosecutor. Just like, not necessarily in terms of like character or like presence or like, but just like at his job. It's just he's got the fucking aura. He's got the riz. He's always in command. They don't write it like they don't write the other prosecutors like they do Edgeworth. He's just so in command. You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this one? Her words match what we found at the scene? I don't see any problem. Except for when he gambled on Phoenix. Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, when he's 50 in, he was definitely getting cocky. Not looking. That's still maybe the funniest moment in the entire franchise, is that multiple people were absolutely floored by the concept of the back of a piece of paper. It's hilarious. That's Edgeworth's biggest like fumble, easily. But yeah, I agree, Kingo. He's so fun to watch. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yeah. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? I like the Mia questioning, could this be possible, you know? Don't we kind of think? Well, wrong, it did, and it's because I said so. Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Hold it! What do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Do anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. There's been many anomalies lately. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. Oh! A channeling dojo, you say? You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. She's only reporting what she saw with her own eyes. her next statement, "Oh, but I guess I should only talk about things I saw." You're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face, and his face is so distinct. What did a barbed wire fall on his face and, like, imprint? What's going on? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me. Hey, kitten. You ever put salt in your coffee? No? Why would I? Why not? Think about it. Huh? May actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Wink. Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. Raw? It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Em. Go present something. You got nothing to lose. You got health and a save. This guy's cool as hell. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all. Insane, man. So we're just saying anything? Salt and coffee is actually not terrible. Sir Dewey Cox going, what the fuck was he talking about? I guess, yeah, like a salted caramel. Like, yeah, that definitely sounds reasonable for coffee. I've never seen, is that Walk the Line, the Dewey Cox story? Is that movie? I've never seen that. Walk Hard. Walk the Line would be someone else. Bitter and salty go nice together, chocolate and brownies and such. Who's in that movie? Who is Dewey Cox in that movie? Is it John C. Reilly? Also, how could he's clearly carrying his ball and chain. How could he carry that and the witness? I'm just gonna throw this. See what happens. It is John C. Reilly, okay. This statement contradicts this evidence. Walk the Line is the Johnny Cash biopic that Walk Hard is parodying. Makes sense. So it is in my memory anyway, but I feel like I still hear people go, yeah, no, that's great. That's the thing. There's so many movies, you know, from the early aughts. And just, you know, in general, you know. But I feel like especially that time, like, you could go back and be like, oh, there are parts of this that have just not aged well. It said biopic. Did I say biopic? You pronounced the space, actually. Oh, like Trojan? I think I'm getting shot by a gun here. Is that pointer finger of yours? That could very well be. Ow. What's the problem? Pointer fingers are made for pointing. But Diego told me to just say something. Many people pronounce it like myopic. I mean, yeah, I guess that it's a biographical picture, right? Is that like that's what it stands for? I would guess. Biopic. Oh, that might have been the wrong statement I wanted to do that on anyway, actually. This is because this is the one about talking about the carrying the body. I'm gonna try that again, but on this statement this time. I think I'm getting shot again here. I don't think anything of it. How about you? I guess I don't think anything of it either. Then we don't have a problem, but we do have a penalty. I'm gonna load now. Fuck it. We ball. Bridge. That's right, Mia. Go present something. You got nothing left to lose. Fucking 4 hearts of health. Oh, here! After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. I'm gonna try this photo, even if it fucking kills us here. Ah, nuts. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. See no reason for misinterpretation of the facts. The court finds the defendant, Terry Falls, guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wow, that was anticlimactic. It's fine, we just saved. And now I've got a little bit of my health back. I'm still not entirely certain what angle we're fishing at here. Okay, that's the one where she's saying something. Or, no, she just says that in general. Something about this testimony bothers me, right? Yeah, it's just about the whole thing in general. And he's just saying, you know, fucking, why don't you just throw some shit at the wall? Which I've tried. I guess I'm just not presenting the right thing that they want me to just present. Just do it, Mia, but not the 3 things, not the 1 piece of evidence you've tried on 3 statements at least. Why don't you just guess? That's right, I should guess. Are you guessing, Miss Faye? Fucking death. Carried her over the car, that's when the scarf dropped. Women couldn't afford to guess in these times, it's true. A man would have been able to guess, but not Phoenix. Are we saying how did she see any of this? That must be what we're saying. How could she have seen it? There's a big fucking mountain here. I think that's what we're saying. Your Honor, what do you think about this? Fuck. Here? Veh? Yeah, I've got a save right here. Still only with 4 pips of health left, but... I don't see how that's not what we're doing here, though, is the thing. Because clearly, how could she have seen any of that happen? Right? Like, she's clearly on the other side of this big, like, you know, hill. There's clearly, like, a Kumboy Cliffs here. I just don't know what string I'm meant to pull at. And the game's not giving me a very good hint. When the hint is, I don't know, just try something. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. I tried it on... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And carried her over to the car. So, I mean, I guess it could be one of these other ones. Like, this one I feel like she could have seen. Right? What does the press on this one say again? This is one we're talking about didn't fall down. Like, how could she know about the car? Look at evidence again. Attorney's badge. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Dusky Bridge map. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. And we've got the bridge here. We established that she definitely... That girly pop here was definitely, like, south of this little, like, Kumboy Cliffs where it says 5 yards, right? She's not on top of that little, like, I'm king of the world precipice, right? I'm, like, pretty positive. Victim's note. 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Did she mention the scarf? I mean, she does in one of the presses. That's when the scarf would have fallen off. Photo of the trunk. It does look like the, like, latch on the trunk is, like, broken or something. There's, like, something weird up there. But I don't think that's gonna come into play quite yet. Scarf worn by the victim at the time of the incident. Found on Dusky Bridge. Oh, did she say the scarf wasn't found there? Okay, that's when the victim's scarf fell off. guess we can try that. Although it's still, I don't know, I still feel like after he stabbed, he quickly picked her up in his arms, then he carried her over to the car. And that's when the scarf fell off. I feel like there's enough wiggle room in there to be like, well, yeah, he carried her over to the car while still on the bridge, and that's when the scarf fell off. But I can also see where they're saying, yeah, and then he carried her over to the car, and at the car, let's give it a shot. That's not looking good. It could be that on something else, though. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Seems to have been taken by the witness. Fuck. I feel like I have concepts of a plan. There are like 2 instances where it feels like they're like, well, Miss Faye, do you have an idea of what could have actually happened? And then she just doesn't do anything about it. Yo, good night, comb. Catch you in VOD Town, buddy. Right, this is where like, is it even possible? Yes, he did. Miss Faye, is there something you'd like to say about that? And then she just doesn't. So maybe that's my hint that this is the statement I'm supposed to present on. Snack has looked it up. Okay, interesting. If you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. So that is maybe giving me some amount of hint that this is maybe the thing I'm supposed to present on. And then we're back here. Right, just want to make sure. This is the one where he talks about carrying the body all by himself. Could he have really done that? Is there any other way? If there's some other possibility, please share with the rest of us. Again, my kind of like thing is, how could he have carried his ball and chain and the witness at the same time? But I'm starting to think that that might not be what we're getting at here. The ball and chain might just be part of his funny visual attire. And it may not be plot relevant. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. You have good. Let's hear the hint, because we're getting. It's 1:45 here. Give me that good old hinty poo. Bum, 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 bum. Interesting. October 4th. Okay, you're on the right track, I think. They're kind of offering me a chance here because one of Dahlia's statements is definite. Saying that the trunk is the only way he could have hidden the body. Is there something else he could have done? Interesting. I mean, he could have kicked her off the bridge. I don't know how to, like, present that exactly. Oh, bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Can I just say that? Yeah, there we go. Killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. It felt like that was an occasion where it's one of those where the judge is like, well, Mr. Wright, is there, do you have a problem with that? Or like, do you have anything that, suggests otherwise? And then you can do the like yes, no pick. And I feel like if I had gotten that, then obviously it would have been a lot more like, okay, well, this is clearly what we're looking for. But because it was just like, well, do you have any idea? And then like nothing more comes of it. It's a little easy to kind of lose the thought line in the flow. The way to take charge of the flow, right? The idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? How would you hide a body? He's got a pen and paper out. Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. That feels relevant. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. You can bet your lamp. How do you like this case? How do you look, Rookie Mia? How is Rookie Mia? I kind of feel like I need to see where we're going before I can make any judgments. I mean, the notion of it is raw and very cool. And it's cool that, like, if this is the only appearance we're getting from Edgeworth in this game, like, this is a cool way to do it. But I'm a little... It's a little weird, right? Because this is, case 4, of this game. The second that is a flashback to a Mia case. This time we're even further in the past to kind of establish some things that were left ambiguous in the first case. So like that's a little, I don't know. Like if this is just a one and done here in trial, which it seems like it might be, Um, I will just really hope that the last case really then brings it all home, because that's kind of what it seems like. We're really just kind of establishing all the background players and motives and stuff for the next case. It cuts back to Red. If I were to dispose of a body on Dusky Bridge, hypothetically, I'd throw it in the river. Cuts back to Edgeworth. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, they're doing a little story arc. It's cute. Order, order, order. Not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit, it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Oh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would like to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. Why would the killer put the body in their trunk? Who could know? They'd have to be an idiot to put a body in a trunk. You brought up the current. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. We also kind of know the outcome a little bit of this case. I mean, right? We know Mia's gonna lose, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Or at the very least, if she wins, it's not a win she wants. Because she definitely seems to think back on this case with, like, I really, like, messed up that day. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who was he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. Okay, now we've changed your testimony a bit. Then he carried her over to the car. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Okay. I'm going to just leave the body on top of the bridge. What did the man do then? What did the boy do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car. I forgot the car he stole. And hid the body in there. So that does explain the broken lock on the car. But I still feel like, how could she have seen any of this? Oh, because she is a universal truth. We're just still talking about salt. Still saying the same thing here. She saw with her own eyes. We keep talking about this. That it's everything she said she saw with her own eyes. So we need to prove that she didn't see. She didn't actually see something or everything. So now might be the time to present the map. Get a stunned Edgeworth emote. It is a good face. Gah! Gah! Crime photo. Photo of the trunk of Fall's car. How could she have known it's a stolen car? Right? Like... Right, like that's gotta come into play. We gotta try that here. I'm trying the map. I'm saving again though. Just so, I don't know. Just in case. If we do fuck up a couple more times, then we're at least right here. Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time. Hmm? Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? Yes. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. See what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Unfortunately, once again, the photo was this was drawn up after the incident. You can't disprove that there wasn't a rock slide that day, that she could have seen it, and then afterwards there was a rock slide, and the grass grew on top, and the bushes grew on top of that. You can't disprove that possibility. Boxes and bags. He's got a point, Miss Faye. Boxes and bags. Ah, that's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. Oh, she's so... I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. Yeah, I guess so. So, idiot, now something you have to know about Edgeworth is that he sounds like the Grinch. Now, you might say, it sounds more like you're doing an Alan Rickman voice. And while that may or may not be, at its heart, know that it's supposed to sound like the Grinch from the old cartoon. That's right, I was doing like a Whitney Houston Titanic up there. I believe it was the witness who, and it's also important to note that he has always sounded like the Grinch, even as a young child. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still, you claim to have been able to have seen the killer's car? Ah! He drove his elementary school teacher to drink because his vibes freaked her out, yeah. Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. This is classic Edgeworth, just putting words in the in the witness's mouth for them. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Ho ho! Well... Mr. Judge? Oh, what is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Mia Fey, the first person to ever bring this up. Thank you, Queen. Miss Fey, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say? To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here, but only to the witness and only like 3 or 4 more times. What? That's bullshit! Save the tears for later, kid. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trial is over. Don't look back in anger. Now is the time to go forward. We only forgive witnesses here. Can we apply this attitude to my client then? Oh my, never. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kid, you need to relax. Then you need to remember, stop telling me to relax, and my name is Mia Fey! Whoosh! A bunch of people pass out in the audience. The other kitten's testimony. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Yeah. Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Oh, I was only ever looking at her chest before, but yeah, it's true. Look up here. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fey, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. Can't make any mistakes here. She just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? I mean... Did we decide that she couldn't... We decided that, like, oh, I guess she could have seen... I don't know what the follow-up I'm going to say is if it doesn't work. We're going for it. Melissa Foster? Looks like you finally betrayed yourself. I mean, how could she have seen... How could she know? How could she know it was stolen, you know? What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches? Question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fey explained herself. Your Honor! There's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... She is the owner of the car. She just happened to be passing by. There's only one way that that witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. Ugh. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. Not in this form. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk. He would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. I guess that's true. I hadn't thought about that. If he had already stolen the car, he would have the keys. The keys would have been in the car. He would have stolen the car, had the keys. He could have just unlocked it himself. He didn't need to break it open. I totally felt like I could have thought of that, but oh well. Thank you, Mia Fey. That's why you're the attorney. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Remember those? Keys in the ignition. Oh, I see. She's so bad. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous! Do you even suggest that the witness put the body in there? This is tricky to them, as cars are new to this world. Yeah. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. Are you saying she took this photo? Oh, Edgeworth, did you think we forgot? We already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Em. Finish this. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is, the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Me? Me? Oh, right, it's on a timer. Take that! Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it. Even a mini tripod. I got it. He's not washed. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fey? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? No, she really did use the camera's auto timer. And the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Will the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Bra, he knows already. Well then, please answer the question. Am I gonna point where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Here? Or are we saying she was over here and she stabbed her? Here. Here. Naturally, the witness was right here, I think. Did I not? Yes, she had to put the body in the trunk before the defendant returned. Okay, I think I got it right. I think. Did I get it right? I still don't know. I think I did. You don't mind if I ask one teeny weeny question, do you, Miss Faye? Uh-oh. He's got that condescending tone in his voice. If you put the body in the trunk at that time, as you suggest, that must mean Valerie Hawthorne was already dead at that point, correct? Indeed. Please take a look at the top of Dusky Bridge. Sure. Certainly looks to me like the victim is still alive. Am I mistaken? If Valerie Hawthorne was already dead, then who is this? The mountain is famous for spirits. So maybe you think it was the ghost of the victim? Well, it could have been a spirit, right? Let's hear her out. Miss Faye, don't waste the court's time with this kind of foolishness. Nuts. Anyway, I still maintain that the witness was in a different place at the time. That was a long road for no. Please answer the question. It's all coming back to me. Oh, I don't know. I can't leave this menu anymore. Awesome, love that. Okay, are we saying she's here? Saying she's here. If you set the camera up here to take a photo on the timer, and if the victim was already dead, I don't know why we're saying that they couldn't have taken the photo and she could have been waiting over here. I'm gonna say that she was here, pretending to be the victim while the victim was already dead. Maybe. Oh, I can't leave this screen, which is frustrating. Think about what we've seen of the scene. We certainly don't see her face in the photo. I didn't take a picture of it, did I? Who the fuck is that? I just sneezed. She's the victim wearing the scarf. We know the note mentioned time for Dolly. Dolly should bring out the truth as well or something. Do I have a photo of the trunk? No. Right, it's clearly the victim in the trunk. But I guess we can't say for certain that it's the victim here. And she's not wearing the scarf in the trunk because they're using it to stage this photo. That's why she didn't have the scarf. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it only have been before the defendant met the victim. I guess? How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? Never heard of anything more ridiculous in my entire life. I'm still a little confused about, I certainly understand the argument, but I don't know if I fully understand the rationale to which Mia got there. Oh, well, the photo couldn't have been taken beforehand. I guess because she's asserting that it had to have been, what are we calling her? Melissa? Who put her in the trunk. And they couldn't have set up the camera otherwise to take the photo of the real victim until afterward. I guess. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. Yeah, I also want to... This note itself is... This was the note that... written by the victim. She wrote out Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. It was you, Melissa Foster! Me? Let's remember that it was rainy and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. Couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Got it all right here, baby. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Oh, right. Wear the scarf. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. Melissa knew about the busted trunk, and Terry would have just used the key if it was him. The camera has a timer, and I guess it's just too suspicious of the situation to Mia. Okay, so it seems like what we're maybe getting at here is that Well, I mean, maybe this is the car he stole to get there. But maybe when he wasn't looking or something, that's when maybe when she put the body in because she was already dead. Maybe. I think let's just get to the end of it here. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just that like the writing of this note is weird because it's the victim who wrote it, but it doesn't feel like it was. I feel like it could be more clear that it was Falls who requested her to wear. The identification, but maybe that's just what they said earlier, and I have just, we were doing bits at the time. It's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! Oh my god, we killed her. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Miss Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. Yeah, but why, though? She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Yeah, but why? Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. To be continued. So there is going to be a little bit more then. I thought we were shaping up to be a one and done here. They're playing that knife game. Is this a good place to call it? Do we think that there is enough to justify, yeah, we did do a lot of bits. I mean, I'm only, I did get a later start than typical, because we are just about at 2:30, which is typically when I like to stop. I mean, it's no sweat off my back if we have to finish the trial and then start. If that truly is the end of the episode, then just start episode 5 the next week. It will kind of throw us off a little bit of the good schedule. But if there is like a whole nother day or like a whole lot left, okay, then we'll call it here. That works for me. That's fine with me. Or I could always just call stream early or something, and but yeah, just because it is so late. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily mind, but like I feel like let's just if they've given us the opportunity, let's just take it. All right, well, I'll see you guys in 07 3D. To the title screen. Yeah, we'll play it by ear next week, and maybe we'll do enough bits to turn an hour of gameplay into 3. It's been done before. Well, hey, this was a good one. Very pleasantly surprised. Not at all what I was expecting this chapter to be. um, which is fun. Um, Always enjoy seeing my boy Edgeworth. He's kind of the goat. Um, I've never done or entertained the possibility of a tier list for these games, and I don't know if I ever would do one seriously, especially with how many years it's been since 1 and 2. Um, but if I had to throw out like a casual like favorite, like just no thought really, Edgeworth probably my favorite character in these games to a bracket. Uh, well, you got the wrong guy for that, but I think there might be some other boys in here who would definitely consider that. Yeah, you have to remember the characters' names to do a tier list. It's true, but I would probably say Edgeworth is my favorite character. I mean, you know, it's not one of the um, I mean, that's not. I don't think that's out of the ordinary. I mean, it's like because like who are the characters really? Like you got Wright, you got Maya, Gumshoe, Edgeworth, like Pearl. Those are the most like reoccurring. Well, right, but it's for sure I could cameo, but I'm definitely not I'm definitely not on the committee to decide what a bracket is done on. I'm a friend of the boys. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do have an emote of the guy. But yeah, this is good. I'm excited to see kind of where it goes. I really am excited. Like I want to get into the meat. Like why? What is with this fucking girl? What is her motive? What happened? With that hostage standoff. Why would she seemingly want to kill her own sister? If she was gonna come out with some kind of truth, it like has to be enough that killing her own sister is the better outcome. Like whatever it is, right? Yeah, and so if you've ever seen the emote before, Idiness, it's because he's got the Grinch voice. That's why he's doing the Grinch face. It's all there in the text. But yeah, hey, I'll be back tomorrow night with more Tunic. I am extremely excited to get back to that. Um, come by at your own risk. Um, Again, I am at a point in the game where just looking at the screen is kind of a spoiler. Um, so I won't be shocked or I won't be mad if you don't want to come because you still want to play the game on your own or whatever, or if you do want to come, you don't care, whatever. I'm always happy to have you present, whoever you may be, whoever you may are. But I'm really looking forward to playing more of that. I think it's gonna be like an entire stream of doing cool shit, which is kind of so. Like, here's the thing about Tunic, and which is why it's kind of hard. It's because it seems like you can do anything in that game more or less right from the get-go. Like if when once you know the things to know about Tunic, it seems like you can just do them right from the start. It's just that the game doesn't tell you or hint to you about some of these things until later on. So that's why it's kind of like if you've seen later on things that kind of like spoils you because now you can do certain things earlier. Yeah. Um, so like that's the kind of point at where I'm at the game, where if you're like seeing or doing anything, if you're seeing or hearing anything that I'm doing, then it's kind of like, oh, you're gonna know that like these are things to be done. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, come, don't come, whatever. We'll have fun. I'll be there. And we'll have fun. He's the man with the Karak, and he's miles ahead of you, and he's here on a mission to turn you into a criminal. Big love. Bye-bye! And I'll be back with more of this next week, the 24th. Hooray. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye!